Hello, Chlorophyll's the name, Sims is the game. Let's get to it. This build is kind of different. I don't usually do apartments, and when I do apartments, I don't usually do 4 apartments at once. And that's what I did this time. This tiny little apartment, I split into 4. Uh, it's, I don't know, like, I know that there's some really tiny apartments out there, like in more expensive areas, and I also know that dorm rooms tend to be kind of small. And so I kind of wanted to do something more along those lines. Like I kind of start off like the first apartment, for instance, ends up being kind of like a tiny apartment, and then the other ones I take on more of a dorm mentality. So, I think I probably shouldn't have done 4. Some of them are really small and I don't fit that much in, but, you know, I did 4. So, there's that. Anyway, we're on to this first one. And this first one, I figure, like, I had in mind this single guy. They all have kitchens, which is nice, but I don't know if I would have prioritized a kitchen over, like, a desk in a dorm situation. But, maybe they go elsewhere to study instead of going elsewhere to eat. You know, just don't think about it that much. I did 4 apartments in the space of 1, so there's that. This kitchen's really nice. I started off thinking that like maybe this guy cooks, like he's like gonna be a chef someday, and so he has this little chef apartment. So I put in some stools and some nice kitchen stuff. And over here I put a bed. I'm trying to find a good bed because I wanted to stick with the red like I had on the stools there. So I actually used this bed. Yeah, I moved the door over because I wasn't quite sure if they'd be able to get to the door with the bed there. So I just wanted to be sure. Hold on a second while I check if my mic's recording. It is! I hope. Yes. Anyway, I'm really paranoid because I had to redo the element speed build a bunch of times because my mic wasn't recording twice in a row, which is sad. But it is recording, so I can be calm. Anyway, there's the bathroom here. I really wanted to think about what you'd need in an apartment, so I added in the little clothes hamper and I put in the toothbrushes. All the apartments have toothbrushes, which is important because dental hygiene is important. And then you need a towel, except I realized that the shower that I used had a towel on it, so I didn't actually put a towel in. And I figured you'd want some storage, and what better spot than in the bathroom. And then the toothbrushes were floating, so I moved them. Anyway, there's the bathroom. Going through, I actually added in some extra towels because you can never have enough towels and make them a little smaller because they weren't fitting up there. But yeah, good stuff. Then I want to decorate this kitchen some. So I go through. It's been a few days since I did this, so if I sound surprised ever, it's because I am. I figured that would be where like he kept his clothes and stuff in that dresser thing, cabinet. It's from work. Get to work. I figured that's where he'd keep his clothes. And being a chef, he'd have some wine. I put it on top of the fridge. That it wasn't working, but eventually it worked. So I put some wine on top of the fridge there. And then I thought about putting some cereal in, but it looked kind of sloppy, so I didn't. And I put in some lemons because, I don't know, it's just kind of a cool object. It'd be nice if it wasn't lemons. In fact, I think it might have some recolors that include limes, but I didn't check. So maybe, maybe not. I don't know if it has any cool recolors. Let me know. And then, let's see. Add in that little end table. I size it down because there's just so little space. A lot of things get sized down. I'm not actually sure how playable these apartments are. So, there's that. Like, I don't playtest a lot of things. Partially because when I test stuff, I get mad when things don't work. But partially because I don't really care if they work so much. Like, I do for some builds, but this kind of build, it's more of a concept sort of thing. So, I don't mind. Uh, I wanted to get that bench to fit, but I felt like it was just gonna completely cut off the entire area, so I didn't. And I got rid of one of those stools to add in a bookshelf. I don't think you can reach the bookshelf, but it's there and it looks cool, so there's that. And then this wall was really blank, and I didn't want to just add in another picture, so I figured I'd do more storage, and I added in a bunch of shelves, which you'll see me do here in a second. And then on the shelves, I have some toiletries, and I think I do some detergent and some books, a few pictures. You know, I don't know how easily you'd be able to reach the shelf, but you also wouldn't hit your head on it, so it was strange to me how high the walls in this apartment were, because I went in kind of expecting them to be like the low height, but I think they might be the highest height, or at least the medium height, because they're definitely not the low height. So there's that. I put some books in, a plant, a box of stuff. You know, it was good. Picture. I don't remember if I put anything else in. Oh, yeah, that was cool. Put that up there. And yeah, I think I'm done with that one. Anyway, this one here. I do something with the bathroom that I didn't do in the other one because I figured it'd be better not to have the wall there and just have kind of a divider. It's not like the most private bathroom, but it still works, so that's nice. I figured it'd probably be like a girl living in this one. I mean, it could be a boy. I had a college girl in mind, and she's got this apartment sort of thing, or dorm, or whatever it is. I never really made up my mind whether these are apartments or dorms. They all have kitchens, which I feel like a dorm wouldn't. I mean, some dorms do, but also I feel like, considering how small they were, they wouldn't. And there's like the laundry basket because she's more neat, so she keeps all her clothes nicely folded and she does her laundry. Oh, blacked out there for a second. Okay. Anyway, I'm trying to arrange the kitchen here, and I wanted to put like a bookshelf or something over there, but it always kept looking silly, so I didn't. I just made the kitchen bigger. And since there's a sink literally like 4 tiles away, I figured I didn't need to put another sink in the kitchen. So instead there's counter room, which is nice. I'm trying to figure out what to put on the back wall because this whole room was seeming very white. Like all the walls were white and all the counters were white and the window was white. And so I use these boards, I guess, to change things up a bit. And then I use this bed. I used this bed in my last build too. I just really like it. Then over the bed I do some shelves, which, you know, you'd have to be careful not to hit your head, but, you know, good storage. I figure you might put like your alarm clock up there, or like your phone. You might charge your phone up there so it's always within reach. But there's not really like a charger in game or like a phone that you could put up there, so I just kind of put some plants and a book, I think. I forget exactly what I put up there. Let's find out. I think it's just a book. Yeah. Oh, maybe? Oh, yep, just a book. Okay. Oh, I put a clock over the wall, or is it? No, I put it over the shelves, so you can tell what time it is. And then I went ahead and added a little bit of pink there to match the bed, and some carpet so that you don't have to deal with the floor being all cold. Then I put a little bench over here so you can sit. I keep going through all these chairs, but none of them look right, so I end up using just one of those benches. Keep looking through them, and I'm like, what works? Eventually I go with that one, because then it can double as a bookshelf, because you got all the books underneath. So that's nice. I'm going through, I'm looking for stuff. I find the backpack, and I put the backpack there, which is nice. I add in those, the pencil holders and stuff. Like, I found those this time around from the update, and I was like, oh, these are cool. So there's like a new pencil holder, and I used it because I was excited. When I find new things, I get excited and I use them, which sometimes it's not because they make sense or they're the best object for that location, it's just because I'm excited. Anyway, we are on to the third apartment. This one was difficult because I had no idea where to put the bathroom. And I ended up putting it over there, which does kind of block off one of the windows, which is sad, but there wasn't really anywhere else to put it with the door and the current layout of all the apartments. This is the biggest apartment, I think. I don't know, the red one that I did first might also be big, but I think this one's bigger than that one. And for this one, I had a musician in mind. If you stick with the dorm idea, maybe they're a music student. I don't know. But whoever lives in this one likes music. So there's that. And it's not like I put in a ton of instruments. There's really just a keyboard. But the keyboard is very central. So, yeah. I'm going through trying to find something to put on this wall here, and I decided I like those ones, those paintings. And I'm trying to figure out how to work out the kitchen. And I start with this layout, because I think this is a good layout. And I don't stick with it. Because you'll see me move on here, and there's just nowhere to put the bed. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I have to move the kitchen around to make room for the bed, because it just wasn't going to fit anywhere else. So you see me move the kitchen a bit. And then the bed ends up over here. And I don't go with that bed. I actually go with the really cheap bed because I thought it matched better. Which it does. Although, you know, if you're actually going to play in these apartments, you'd probably want a nicer bed. Anyway, I'm just trying to decorate this area. Add in some fun stuff. There's the keyboard all front and center. Trying to find some stuff to put on this end table. I end up going with a bunch of plants and tissues, and it's good. You need tissues. Tissues are important. I put this stuff up on top of the fridge. I have to size it down, or no, I don't size it down, I just move the cabinets up. It didn't fit originally, so I moved the cabinets. And it's like the hot chocolate set, but I figure it might just be coffee, because coffee's good. And if you go with the whole student idea, then it's important. Nothing's better than having a bunch of coffee while you study for finals. I thought these window wells were really cool. I was happy with how these turned out. Because usually you have like a little lip on windows that you can put stuff on, and the shelves made it look really cool. So I put a bunch of stuff on the windows, which was nice. Put some cleaning stuff there because, yeah, you need the cleaning stuff. And then I sized that down to put it up there so that wall wouldn't be so empty. And yeah, there's that one. And then this one, this last one. For this one, I wasn't quite sure if it was a boy or a girl in this one. It could be either. But this one has a cat. Or maybe not a cat, maybe it's a dog. It's probably a dog because I didn't put a litter box in. But it has an animal. And that fit really well over on that side of the bed. Because the beds don't quite take up 3 squares. And so I was able to fit that guy in there. And then there's this really small bathroom, which I hope works, but might not because there's only 4 tiles and 3 things in there. So it might work, it might not. I don't know. I don't place test stuff. I should, but I don't. And then up on top there, I end up putting, I think I put detergent and like a basket. Yeah, there's the basket. And there's detergent. Cool. Basket was a little too high. Anyway. And then you want to make sure you can dry off your hands. And did I put toilet paper in? Did I forget the toilet paper roll? No, I didn't. And I know it's in there. I know for a fact. Anyway. Like, considering how small this room is, I really don't think the kitchen would be in here. And considering it's the city living apartments, you could probably just go get food by going down to the neighborhood area and buying from one of the vendors. But, you know, kitchens. It's fine. Anyway, so yeah, you see me put in like the pet bed. I'm putting in trash cans in all of them because I realized I forgot after the first one. So yeah, there's a pet bed and there's a pet bowl. So there's that. Oh, I do something really cool here. So we're back to those window wells, except I wanted to put a computer on them. Oh, I don't do it yet. You'll see me do it later. We'll talk about it then. I just kind of covered this wall in posters. I figure this person's kind of a nerd and they're just really excited about a lot of things, which is nice. It's nice when people have things that they're really excited about. I was trying to figure out what to do. Like, I wanted another chair, and I was like, oh, it could be a desk. And here's where I was talking about. I was like, I want to put the laptop up there, and it wouldn't let me. And I turned move objects on, and it still wouldn't let me. So I sized down a counter, and I put the laptop on it, and then it didn't fit. So I raised the laptop, and then it looked like it was on the shelf. And I was like, oh, this is good. I think it gets deleted. I don't know if I accidentally deleted it or if the game was like, no, that's too cool, not allowed. But I put it back. Yeah, when I changed the wall color there, it actually got deleted. I saw that. I was like, I don't need that. I decided not to do the bookshelf. Or maybe I did the bookshelf. Okay. Like I said, this is a few days ago. I don't exactly remember. I'm trying to find more stuff to put on the walls because this wall's kind of plain. I didn't paint it any color, and so I figured I'd do um, that picture because it made it look like it was outside. So here I am putting the laptop back in. I was really happy with how that turned out. And actually, we're coming to the end here because there's that lobby. If I could, I'd delete that one wall that separated it from the actual lobby, but I didn't. Anyway, we are on to the screenshots, which means I should probably not start talking about something else. So, that's it for this episode. Leave a like, remember to subscribe, and go get some sunshine. I'll see you next time.